Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Monday, April 11, 2022. The sun is in Aries today with Mercury and Chiron, and the waxing crescent, or I should say waxing gibbous moon, is in Leo all day. Aries is cardinal fire, the fire starter, the catalyst. Leo is fixed fire, the fuel that maintains the burn. I see a lot of outward life initiative and inner drive to achieve what we have set out to do. These are great placements for the waxing gibbous moon as we act to reach the culmination or partial culmination of some of our goals in time for the full moon coming up this Saturday. Don't forget, friends, that fire requires fuel. Enthusiasm alone will not keep our bodies going, so take care to rest when you need to and, eat and drink water to keep your human machine in good order while you're working toward those goals. I'm going to get right into the aspects, but first I will point out the handcrafted key on the right-hand side of the page. Most of the symbols on the page have made it into the key, so if you desire a point of reference, it's right here. I've otherwise divided the page into two columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon is the luminary that sheds light on our inner lives. This is your relationship with yourself, what it feels like for you to be in your body, heart, and mind, and in your home. The transits and aspects the moon makes are all very brief, and they have a subtle impact on those things you think, feel, know, and intuit, but may choose whether to express. The sun is the luminary that sheds light on our outer lives. This is the outward expression of yourself in the world, specifically in your work, social, and civic spaces. I address the sun and the rest of the planet's movements on this side because these have a greater impact on our outward expression. And we begin on the sun side today. Leo, Cancer, Aries, Gemini, Virgo, and Scorpio all have ruling planets highlighted here today, so you would be most likely to notice these energies in effect. At 6:01 this evening, the sun goes trine to the moon. This is an aspect that indicates the waxing gibbous phase of the moon. Symbolically, there is an ideal alignment here between the energies of our outer life and our inner life, lending positive function toward the goals that we seek to complete at this time. And in the ongoing column, Mercury Sextile Mars is still here on board with us through the 13th. This is a cooperative function providing opportunity for growth between our intellect and our sense of initiative. It asks us to commit to a course of action, and this is appropriate as the moon phase is asking the same thing of us at this time. Mercury square Pluto is also with us through the 13th. Taking these together, I see that our intellectual focus is in transition and seeking the nourishment and security of fertile soil. All of these fresh green ideas that we have are ready to take root, and they will require a rich place to thrive. Seek a solid and well-resourced foundation for your ambitions at this time. And on the moon side of the page today, Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, and Aquarius will notice these inner life vibes the most at 7:50 this evening, 50. Moon moves into opposition with Saturn. This can have us feeling somewhat insecure, as though we lack the support we require in our inner lives. Opposition vibes can bring about conflict, and conflicted hearts and homes can feel very uncomfortable and unstable. Move to seek the balance and see what you can do to remind yourself that everything can still work out according to the plan. Tomorrow, Jupiter and Neptune will go conjunct in Pisces, and we'll have an opportunity for approximately 2 weeks to have a conversation about the expanded flow of creative potential and what can be done with it. And Mars leaves Aquarius and moves into Pisces this Thursday, bringing our sense of initiative finally out of full work and management mode. This will bring our initiative more into alignment with that Jupiter and Neptune conjunction, causing us to pursue a more spiritual path at a time when those energies are really stronger than usual. And we'll see a full moon in Libra next Saturday, this coming Saturday. This will be the time to celebrate how far we've come on the journey so far, how we've grown, and what we've gained. Full moon in Libra with the sun in Aries is a time to observe and appreciate duality and the balance of complementary opposites, which both create and destroy one another in their constant interaction. Okay, that's it for today's astrology. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like my video, subscribe, and click the notifications bell. I post here every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. And friends, I appreciate it so much when you comment to ask questions or provide encouragement. It isn't just gratifying for me to know that you're listening, but it lets YouTube know that you're engaged in the content, and I really appreciate that. Also, if you know anyone for whom this guidance might resonate, I encourage you to share. Now, I'm going to take a couple of minutes to talk about tarot as it relates to astrology today. First, I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll do a quick rundown of today's astrology before throwing a random card that hopefully speaks to today's energies. So let's go ahead and get into that. First, the tarot card on the side of the page has changed now to the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands represents the third 10 days of the sun's 30-day transit through Aries. So here we are in the final third of the sun's transit through Aries. It went by so fast. Aries is a fire sign. I wanted to say fire and cardinal at the same time. Aries is a fire sign, and wands are the fire element in the tarot. So this is kind of how we get a wands card at this time. Four of Wands is it's a time of, it's a recognition of community. It can represent a homecoming or a celebration. These vibrations really apply to like our larger family groups or our larger chosen family groups, friend groups, and communities. We celebrate at this time harmony and joy and the good relationships that we have, okay? And it kind of represents a time of peace and prosperity after having done hard work. So if you put it in context with the ones that we had before, you know, that Two of Wands was, you know, gathering your resources and pushing a plan into being. And then that Three of Wands was like watching the plan unfold and going through the growth and the expansion, being able to see the goal in mind. And, you know, that Four of Wands is like the homecoming. Really, it's the time when you get to go sort of celebrate the achievements you have made so far with, you know, among your family and your community. So if there's something in terms of drive and in terms of spirit, spark, passion, you know, that your drive, spirit, spark, and passion have brought you in your journey forward, and you have a chance to celebrate with people that you keep close to you, with your community or your family, now is a great time to do that. And you know, even if we're long distance from our family, we can still, you know, reach out to them and let them know that we're thinking about them and allow them to help us celebrate the good things that we have achieved. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cards a little while I remind myself and the cards that the sun is in Aries and Mercury and Chiron are also in Aries. Mercury is going to leave Chiron here. Mercury left Chiron. I'm just in the habit of putting Mercury there. Mercury left Chiron and went into Taurus. So it's really just Chiron in Aries. Chiron in Aries is going to be with us through 2027. So, you know, it's been with us, I think, since 2018. It's a really long transit. And right now, Chiron in Aries just has us working on themes of feeling comfortable in our self-expression, feeling like, you know, we can find a place among the groups and the people that we choose to keep around us, and, you know, looking at that from a different perspective, that's sort of about diversity and inclusion, right? Being allowed to be yourself and being included in the group as well. And then, but the sun in Aries, this is just a time of spark, initiative, drive, the beginning of the spring, the first month of the spring. We're 21 days into the first month of the spring now. So, you know, enjoy that drive and determination that come with the, you know, coming to life of the world around you. And then the waxing gibbous moon will be full on Saturday in Libra, but today it is in Leo. And that Aries fire and that Leo fire, perfect placements for this waxing gibbous vibe that says, go ahead and take action to culminate your goals for the short term. And Mercury in two different aspects here, sextile Mars and square to Pluto, taken together, like I said, I see intellect and transition, and really an opportunity to think about, you know, the soil in which you're planting your dreams. You know, we want the best possible resources in all terms for our ideas to germinate and grow strong. And so, you know, you have to think about what you're doing foundationally to help that happen. And then Sun trine Moon comes up today. That is, you know, an indication of the waxing gibbous phase. But it also says, you know, that trine functioning is ideal. It can even be a little synchronistic, very harmonizing. You might notice some coincidences that, you know, make you feel like maybe you're on the right track. So, you know, ideal functioning of the outer and the inner self with one another. We can be very highly effective at this time. And then Moon in opposition to Saturn, you know, coming up like 2 hours later. You know, if you struggle with a little bit of insecurity at this time, you know, do what you need to do to remind yourself of the security that you do have. You know, seek the balance so that we don't act on hard feelings. All right, so with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn over this card. Wands and wands, friends. Fire and fire. Fire and fire. Fire and fire. Okay, so we have 4 here and we have 6 here. So again, the other day we had the 3 of wands and the 7 of wands, and so here we are, 4 and 6 again. We're adding up to 10. So 10 of wands is just that reminder not to be so focused on what you have achieved in the past that you become burdened by it, or that you become sort of blind to what is coming up before you and around you. Okay, we you know, we have to appreciate our victories, which is what this 6 of wands is not only celebrating our own victories, but allowing others to celebrate us too, allowing others to thank us and to cheer for us as well. That's a great vibe. You know, and then there's, you know, you add 4 more to it and you can easily become overburdened and it doesn't feel like such a celebration. Celebration is a theme in both of these cards. So I want to point that out. Like, this might be a great time with this ideal personal functioning to celebrate. And, you know, with this, as we're coming into the culmination of the full moon in a few days, we're really going to have an opportunity to look back and celebrate. But you can go ahead and get into that celebratory vibe, and you can, you know, appreciate what you have made, what you've achieved, what you have gained, what you have brought to yourself. Take a little pat on the back, take a little victory lap, and, you know, appreciate it in the company of people that you love and who love you, and, you know, whose support you enjoy. Yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about that today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate the heck out of y'all. My name is Mel Rose, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.